Yo, 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 what's poppin', everyone? This is your boy, Des the King, back again with another video. Today, I have a special guest on the King Talk TV podcast, my homie Abdul, who should be joining on in a second now. Abdul is from South Africa. He's a fitness guy. He's a pull-up monster, man. He's an absolute pull-up monster. Like, I wish I could do pull-ups like him. But yeah, he is a fitness instructor out there in South Africa. Was invited on this podcast a few days ago. Had a great time with him. I told him, say, hey, let's set up something so you can come on mine. So he's on now. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about him growing up in South Africa and the fitness scene in South Africa, and just go through his whole life and just talk about some fruitful things that we believe is going to help everyone or anyone who listens to this show today. So if you're watching this live, let me know in the comment section below. If you are watching this on YouTube, consider giving your boy a like and subscribing, and leave a comment below what you think about this show today. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my friend Abdul on, and we're going to get this show on the road. All right. Okay. Looks like I had a request, but I don't see the request anymore. What's up, everybody tuning in? God bless you all. Even if you don't stay, God bless you. Like, I see you, Abdul. What I'm going to do is just accept the invite and come on.
Yo, bro, D, what's
Hey,
happening?
man, what's going on, bro?
Okay, what's happening over there? Hope you're doing well.
Hey, man, nothing much is happening today, man. Just a Sunday morning. I know it's like late at night. Can you hear me?
6 o'clock on this side, over here.
6
So it's
o'clock, right?
yeah, 6 o'clock over here. So you know how it is. Gotta get used to it. Back it up.
Right, man. But
You know? Yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah.
I've been
You,
so excited for this since last week. So yeah, we are.
yeah, man. I'm excited to have you on, man. And thank you again for inviting me the other day. That was really, really great, bro. And
Welcome anytime, brother.
yeah,
Anytime,
man.
brother. You know, it's special to have you, man. You know, especially last week, we could sense great energy. So we are back, and you know, to inspire everyone as well. So let's get after this, man.
Yeah, man. Real quick, shout out to my homie Jeff in the comment section below, man. Jeff is a good guy. He's my buddy.
Yeah, Jim. Oh, well, okay. Shout out, Jeff. What's happening, brother? Welcome, everyone. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So yeah, bro.
Because yeah. It's Jeff. A shout out to all the fans over here. Hey, stop. What's happening, brother? Everyone over here. Just good energy from our brother Diz from Colorado as well. So, you know, we're going worldwide now. We ain't playing. We're just trying to bring everyone together to have a good time and inspire you all. So that's what we do over here, man. Jeff, shout out, brother, to you.
Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Well, let's get this show on the road, shall we, Abdul?
Oh, yeah.
You were born in South Africa,
Right.
correct? Born and raised in South Africa. Tell us about South Africa, man. Tell us about what got you into fitness, and what is the culture like down there in the fitness world in your country?
Exactly. So I think firstly, you know, I grew up in South Africa. I was born in Johannesburg, Gauteng. So basically, I started growing up here in school, just starting off the push-ups, all the basic things and that. But that's just like the mini stuff I did back then. But the main influence that got me into fitness was when I went back to Israel, Jerusalem. So that's where my parents were born. Now, when I was there, as I mentioned, I took care of my grandfather, who was like 94. So that was a tough mission to go through, mentally, physically. So I had to find something harder than what I was going through. So harder than basically caregiving, which was fitness. So I was like 75 kilos out of shape, you know, trying to figure out something that can put me on the path. So I also saw David Goggins, you know, his videos and stuff, and he's like gave me the spark. And from there, I realized how much potential we all have inside. And that got me on the path of saying, you know what, I'm going to get better. And then eventually I did like a 500-meter run, came back home, vomited on the floor. I was like, this is bad. You know, I'm failing. I can't do this again. But after that, I had a target. I said, I ain't going to stop. So I just got back to it, and then eventually realized that I made more progress on the days going. So stayed there for about 4 years. Came and visited once after 3 years. But that's what gave me the shape of saying, okay, let's get into fitness and change the world, you know. But it was a tough process. Like, I'm still traumatized by both things that happened, you know.
Yeah, man. I know when we first met, you was talking about how you spent time in Jerusalem, you know, taking care of your family member like that.
Yeah.
And like I told you on the show, when we do acts like that, when we voluntarily go through things to help someone else, that type of stuff comes back around. You know what I mean? So someone is going to look out for you. Not saying it has to be in the exact same way, but it's that good gesture, that good moment that you were in is going to come back, and someone's going to help you out in a similar fashion. So that should inspire anyone who's listening. You know, treat people how you want to be treated and go out there and help people, man. Especially your family, just like you did, man. I respect that so much about you.
Thanks so much. Man.
Yeah, man. No problem. So let's talk about that a little more. You spent, how long did you spend in Jerusalem? Were you going back and forth, or were you living there, or like, how did that go?
So the first time I went was at the age of 19, where I was still in, like, I finished high school, grade 8, and in matric, which was grade 12, either side. So I got into architecture at Johannesburg University. And then I started, but then they called me over there and said that my granddad was ill. So they're like, okay, if you can do this, but we have 5 caregivers before you who failed. So can you be the 6th one and try and like help out and see if you can do it? But eventually I said, okay, let's just do this. You know, like I was like, book me a ticket. I'm flying there, back home in Jerusalem, there as well, and try to help out granddad. So I said, okay, we have 10 days. So within 10 days, if I make it, I stay. If I don't, back to Africa. So that was traumatizing in the beginning. So I had no choice but to push through that. And then eventually I stayed there for 4 years in total. But I came back after, I think, 3 years exactly, to see my parents and stuff, you know, here, and work and shops and complexes. But majority of the time was there. So I haven't seen parents for 3 years. Plus I was taking care of granddad for 2 years. So that whole trauma was like around me for such a long time. But the good thing was I got 2 in 1, is I trained during the lockdowns and I also took care of him. So that's what made me stay for long. But if lockdown wasn't there, I would have came back before, like 2 years ago. But God's will, man, you know, I had to just give it all in. So try my best.
Right, man. God bless you for that too, bro. At the end of the day, it just made you a stronger person, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. I'm so grateful to God and for the people who supported me through that time. But that's what shapes you, you know. And that's where the fitness came in, and that's the story you're all gonna enjoy today. So stay tuned, guys.
Right, man. So okay, David Goggins was one of the guys that gave you that motivation. Like, okay, it's up to me to be a better person. It's up to me to make myself stronger, more formidable man in this world. So, like, once you got that inspiration, what else happened after that back in South Africa that got you wanting to motivate other people to take care of themselves?
Oh, it's a lovely question, Mr. D. So basically, when it started, when I was overseas, he inspired me while I was there. So I saw his videos, you know, I was like overweight. And I was thinking to myself, like, how can I, you know, like become better? But then what inspired me the most from him, if you compare it to other fitness motivation people, is that he spoke about like the faults. He spoke about that I'm not good at this, I hate doing this, but I still get after it. So that gave me the chance to say, you know what? I also have the opportunity and the willpower to do it. So during granddad's time, I did that along with staying there and deciding that, okay, I can just inspire people over there, but also people in South Africa. So I did the entire 4 years there. And then I came back to South Africa, of course, full time, like where I am now. And I also started to share that knowledge I have of the foundation of fitness and like lifestyle to implement it here. And people are actually shocked by it because it's something that was done by experience and not just by theory. So theory is easy. I mean, we can all say, I read a book, a method, and this is how I implement it. Simple. But doing it itself and like he says, go through hell and you come out stronger. That's what I did basically, and made me come over here and inspire the guys.
That one thing you said about theory and practice is
Yeah.
people think just because they're doing theory that's just going to automatically output into practice, but those are like two different things, right?
Exactly. Right.
Theory,
Yeah, it is completely. Yeah. Different
right,
things.
right.
And
You
you've seen
need
it.
both of them.
Both of them, exactly. Like you've seen it through your years of like with wrestling. I mean, wrestling is one of the toughest sports to be in, especially mentally, you know. So you saw how you could implement your stuff in that, and then the same thing happened to me in those days where I had to like find a way out, you know. I mean, not everybody's supporting me, but I have to make a new person. So I built that person through their faults and like hard times. But from there, I realized, you know, you're actually changing someone's life by taking care of granddad, number one. And from there, there's lots along the runway for you where you can be around the world and inspire people. And here we are today on this live
Right.
together, inspiring many around. So it's a blessing from God, firstly. So that's just the best of it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It all has a purpose, man. The pain, the discomfort,
Exactly.
the emotional times, all that has a purpose to make you better.
Yes.
And it really is up to you, right? It's up to you how the output of what you're going through is going to affect you, because it can affect you two different ways, right, Abdul? Like,
Exactly.
you could go through all this. You could have quit on yourself. You could have quit on your grandpa. You could have quit
in 2 days. First day,
Yeah,
I
but
was like, shit, this is going down. I'm out, you know. Second day, same thing. But the funny thing is that there were also people who are like trying to bring me down, like saying, this is hard for you, man, just quit. And that, it's like David Jorgen says, use that as fuel. Don't let it bring you down, but use it as fuel. So I used that, and then he actually started to see my progress as the years went on, and he got back to me, my stories and stuff. He actually told me to stay hard. So seeing that, like I said, you know, you're on the right path. You're okay.
Yeah.
We ain't the best, but we're trying. You know, so like you said, that theory and practice, that's where it comes in. It's just it's your choice, basically, at the end of the day, because we aren't perfect. So we're just trying, man. You know, it's a tough,
that is so
tough world.
cool that he got. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What did you say?
Yeah, it's tough, you know, out there. Like you have to, it's like with this life. I mean, you know, if you need to be in power and also find ways to rebuild yourself, it might be through like sometimes being sadistic, and sometimes, you know, some things in life just need you to be so like sadistic. I've seen it. I mean, there were like moments in my long runs, pull-up times, push-up time. I'm like, oh man, I need to find a way to grapple onto something to make it to the finish line. So it's not something that you're lost with, but it's for the moment. So you just use all that negative fuel to take you to the finish line. And that's when you say that you've made it, you know?
Yes.
And you still stay humble. Like
Yes.
that's what I love about it. Exactly.
Yes. Staying humble. That's the key word right there. Staying humble. Abdul, I want to ask you, bro. I know you just talked about taking care of your grandpa in Jerusalem, being born in South Africa. But what are some other challenges that you had to face to overcome that ended up making you a better person? Is there another story or situation that you could talk about that was tough for you, that made you better?
I think basically it all reflects back to when I was there. So I think the baseline of it all was like me trying to lose weight, first of all. I was in a bad state where I was like, you know, I think there's so much potential deep in the ground, you know, deep in my soul that I have to pull out. So most of the time why people can't reach the goal is because they don't have any like motive or something to pull them out of it. So thanks to God, I had my granddad who was like, it was a tough time, you know, so I had to use that traumas to say, okay, this is going to make me a better person if I use it to my advantage. So that was a plus, right? But the thing is that made it difficult, like you asked about, is the stuff that I was seeing around me, that I'm alone, in this. So I felt like the guilt factor, being like so guilty that if I quit, I'm not just quitting on me, I'm quitting on him, and then eventually, I feel so bad my entire life if I had quit. So that kind of was my hardest state to overcome. But I saw lots of other things along the way besides the trauma of granddad and things, which was basically not seeing the parents for 3 years. That was tough. I mean, I thought I'm going for 6 months in the beginning, and then it ended up 3 years after he passed away. So that's mind numbing, I mean, to be out for so long and actually not know when it's going to end, but still be in it. You have no choice but to just thrive, So then that made me a better person now than before, you know. But I just it's a good process. It shapes people, builds you up. I'm grateful for that. I mean, it's a sad thing to see. I mean, even to talk about it, I'm still traumatized till now. Like I train and all that, but that's all because of the traumas that built up. Seeing wounds, seeing how he's feeling, watching him even before he passed away. It just gets to me sometimes. But I deep inside my heart, I'm a blessed man. So who's gonna be there for others too?
Awesome, man. Thank you for reiterating on that. And man, I don't even know what to say really after that, man. Well, my mother is sick too, bro. Not as sick as your grandfather was, but but she had to get a tumor removed from her head a few years ago, like an emergency situation.
Right.
And she almost died. Yeah. And but she's alive, but it's still tough on her. Things change after you get an operation on the brain. Like, you're not always the same person, So man, but she's okay. But I think about down the road, you know what I mean? Like, is this going to could this get worse down the road? So I can empathize sort of what you're going through. It's nowhere near your situation, but it's kind
still tough.
of similar.
It's still tough. Sorry about mom. Firstly, I just want to say that may God keep her strong and give her like long life and to be there for you and all. Firstly,
thank you.
Let's let her be there because she is the foundation of who you are today as a person. So I feel like just you doing this is making you a blessed man, and you're the man you are now. So I feel like that's all a reflection of what she's done for you and what you've done for her. But like the tumor part of it, that's something tough, and I know after operations it becomes difficult to recover. But I feel like it's just a sign, from God that you should just be there for her even more, and makes you even stronger that she's going to be there for all of us and people around. It's a sign.
Right.
But now may God grant you the strength, man. Keep it up, and just we're always with you.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. And we're gonna be okay, bro. We're gonna be okay. Meeting people like you, and because I have support, man. I have support. I have friends. I have family. And people who help. I mean, where would we be without our friends and family sometimes?
Exactly. Sometimes we need them. Yeah.
We need them, man.
Yeah.
Like, we need them. And I'm not monetarily a rich person, but man, I am rich in family. And in friends and people that want to help. Like, I am beyond wealthy in that regard, So, but there are some people who are really, really rich and have no friends and no family. They have all this money, but they have no friends and no family, And some people say, hey, that's still great, but is it really, bro? Is it really great to be one of the richest people in the world with nobody that you can actually love and share all that with? You're just by yourself all the time. Exactly. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a good point you mentioned there. Yeah, actually, I've experienced both, you know, like and what you mentioned, and saying that you're actually rich in family, that's special because I mean, family that cares, not family that like it's just family in the name, but family in like, hey, you know what, Des, I'm here, I need some help. You know what, can you come help me out? 5 minutes, you're there. Or if you call and hey, you know what, Jack, I need some help. Please come and check me on. I need this ASAP. Boom, he's there. That's real. That's what we need, you know. And friends too. Some good friends out there, man. But it's your reflection. How are you treating them for them to treat you? So,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that's what I feel about that's regard. I mean, and then I've experienced, you know, like the stems of wealth and all that. I've tried that out. I've tried traveling, everything. But that all is just like the baseline of what I'm doing. But I feel in my heart, I'm more richer than that, the outside stuff. I think the richness in the heart is being satisfied. So after completing with Granddad, I felt deeply satisfied with immense blessings that I can just go anywhere now in a difficult place, sit with people, have a cup of coffee, go anywhere I like, without being so like worried that you know I did something wrong to someone or can't sleep at night. I'm just doing my best, man, because life is short. So I feel like we all can offer something here, and we're all here for a duty. So if I disregard that duty, then God will be disappointed in me. Although the stuff I do by being a Muslim and other things is normal. I'm always worried about the inside of the heart. The things outside of the parties, the fun stuff, it's just like something that for a side thing. It's not something who I am deep inside my heart. You know, you have people who say things in the outside, but deep in their hearts, they're very rude or have bad attitudes. So I'm the opposite of that, basically, in that sense. Hmm.
Great, man. Great, great. What's in the heart matters, bro. What's in the heart
Exactly.
matters
Yeah.
way more than what's from the outside matters too,
Both.
but what's on the heart is what truly matters. Like
100%.
a man won't truly change unless his heart changes first. And
Then,
then it comes out into the real world. Then it comes outside. It always starts inside and then comes outside. You know what I mean? So
100%.
great
Exactly.
stuff, man.
Appreciate it, Mr.
Um,
Yes.
no, man, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Um, you said you were a Muslim.
Yeah.
So I want to ask this question. How has your faith and spiritual beliefs as a Muslim influenced your fitness and well-being journey?
So that's a good question. Yeah. That's also something powerful. I feel like I've been praying from the age of 13. Yeah, at home. Parents grew up in a very good home also, thanks to God. And I feel like over time it got enhanced. But when I combine that with my training, it's like A plus basically because I feel like I'm doing what's right, but I'm also thanking God for giving me everything I need. And I'm saying needs, not just once, but needs like daily having a shelter over my head, having oxygen, for example, having food, being able to help the next person. Those basic needs, the wants will come after because those wants can help me forget God if I don't look after it well. So I think that I need to like balance the two. And with praying, it has influenced me to get better in fitness by actually realizing that God lent me a body, and I need to take care of it. So when I say he never gave me a body, he lent it to me because if I die one day, it's going back to God. So I want to give it back to him in the best condition possible. So we are actually doing that, looking good, staying strong, giving it back clean, strong, so that one day you know that you've made it and you've given everything you got. Not one drop of petrol in the tank, basically. Like that. Give it all out. Nothing on the tank. Yeah.
Yes. I respect that, bro. Because
Appreciate it, Mr. Green.
we 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 get this one body, we get this one life. We got to get the most out of it, man. Like I don't know where I would be if I didn't start training, man. Like taking care of myself because it's
Yeah.
not just about taking care of your body. It affects your mind too, Abdul. Like you want to take it. You take care of your body, you're gonna naturally want to take care of your mind too. So taking care of your
Exactly.
body makes you smarter. It gives you a better attitude, and it's just a great thing to do, man. And another thing is that it's what God wants you to do. God wants you to take care of yourself, and He
Exactly.
wants you to be the best version of yourself within his plan. You understand? So
Exactly.
it's awesome that you are living that out. Someone said in the comments that they're joining. I don't know. I can't see who this is. Yeah.
Oh,
Joining you on the
oh yes, my
mothership.
friend, stop. Hey, stop. Sorry, man, bro. Good to hear from your brother. Miss you too, man. My brother Dez over here, also from America, Colorado. Also, shout out to you from there. We're just doing an epic podcast to inspire you guys. That's my classmate from high school. So shout out to him also,
Nice.
for just checking up. I think he's seeing that I think he's talking to you, Mr. Dez, about the boxing. He thinks he's doing boxing again.
Oh,
I think he's,
okay.
I mean, he's a wrestler also, so he's done boxing before.
Nice.
He'll get you. Yeah.
Hey, bro, follow
guys.
me, man.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah, guys, please check us out. Please check Mr. Jez out on Instagram. Yeah, we be doing all that together, building up a great audience. So we know that we can be here for you guys later on. So please do that, guys. All love you. Only good vibes, right, Mr. Jez?
Good vibes. Right, man. Only good vibes. Only good vibes. Good feelings. Yeah, man. I just got a few more questions for you, bro. What's some advice? Oh man, it looks like we frozen. We are frozen. No.
I told you, network system. Okay, yeah, back.
Hey, are we back?
Yeah, all great. Sorry, the network was just a bit laggy.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Nah, no problem, bro. No problem.
Yeah.
I just got a few more questions to ask you, man. What's some advice that you would give someone who is just starting out in their fitness journey and went through a similar situation as you, are going through something, going to a different country for whatever reason, they're not comfortable. So what advice would you give them, man, to help them out at the beginning of that journey?
So it's basically, you mean like if someone's moving to a new place, like firstly, like from where they are, home, to somewhere else?
Yeah, they're moving somewhere else, but say, they say they want to take care of themselves, but there are things. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Say they're inspiring to take care of themselves, but there are other things that are going on in their life that's kind of distracting them. Like what can you say to help them stay focused on taking care of themselves and dealing with their distractions?
Especially while traveling, like while migrating somewhere else. Yeah. Lovely question. Wow, this is powerful. I wish this would benefit many people. This question is amazing. So there's my first regard for this, right? When people think of traveling and migration and taking care of themselves, they think of a gym, basically. They think of, like, where can I find the nearest gym? That's the first thing they think about, because, you get to a new place, you're facing so many challenges, so many difficult times, but you say, okay, I want to look for a gym. It's a good thing, but if you keep on keeping that strategy, only looking for a gym, you might keep yourself delayed for a very long time and not get anywhere, because I feel like there's so much nature out there and things that are actually on the way that will help you enhance your own fitness and even just to stay healthy. And that is calisthenics, the body weight training that we do. So before you go to the gym or before you even look for one at a new area, crank out a few reps of something along the way. Maybe let's say 2 push-ups per day. Example, just for someone like starting out new, they will do something like that, but at the same time, maintain the stress levels. So it's about going with low reps, but also managing the stress levels until they can get a stronger parasympathetic system and get a stronger mindset. And as they build that up, it will balance more. And then they'll start to get to 5 reps, they'll get to 10 reps, 15 reps, and then you'll see the standards start to go up. And then look at, when you reach that standard, they've actually built a high fitness level, which means they can go to any gym they want later on. But knowing that they're already healthy, plus they've traveled, plus they're balancing their daily lives, and they're getting everything in check. But manage the stresses, find a way of training. So the best way for that is body weight while you're at home, or in parks, or in nature, going for walks, refreshing your mind, doing good things that will enhance your daily lifestyle, and then eventually finding a gym. But not if you go with the mindset of looking for a gym in a place that's difficult or far away, you might end up procrastinating and not finding anything at all. So you got to start the journey somewhere. That's my advice to them, because I feel like they have to do it either through motivation or friends or people like us that have done it, and we know what we're actually saying, because there are bad days, there are good days. I always have that. I mean, there's days I hate like training at all, but even though I've built the mindset of doing it, so it catches up whereby you think that, okay, I've got to the certain level, even though I feel like not training, but eventually I know up and be like, okay, that's it, I'm doing it anyway, and then you just get it in. So they will manage that well, and I wish them the best of luck, because they have so much potential as humans, and we all do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's great advice, man. Start small, and like you say, you don't have to join the gym. Like that is something that's it may not even be necessary to do so. Like you could do all your workouts at home, or at the park. Like you get pull-ups on a tree. You know what I mean? So you can find a tree and work out with a tree. You don't need any paid membership anywhere. You can get in shape anywhere with your own body. So that's a beautiful thing. That's a gift from God by itself to be able to
do something
for those
unique. Exactly.
Right,
100%. Man. I mean, the gyms are amazing. I love the gyms, but I'm saying for people that are beginners, like you and I are looking for like the advice to give the beginner, the first beginner who's actually motivated and wants to travel and start somewhere fresh on his own. That's our best advice, because if they join the gym immediately and they can find one, that's a great advice. But how long can they discipline themselves to do that? Yeah. That's the hard part, because we can fall along the way too. I mean, I can join a gym now, which I do sometimes, but I can fail. So we know how to cope with failure, but the guys who are new tend to look for other solutions and give up in a week. It's because they have no one motivating them or giving them the passion or drive. Because motivation comes and goes, we know that. But drive is when you want it so badly and you say, okay, I want this, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. That they can start anywhere, at home, parks, walks, 1 rep a day, for 30 days, you get 30 reps, for example. So if you do it in a year, that's better than not training at all. So those principles are like, if you balance them out, you'll be like, okay, I'm training a bit, but I'm also not so stressed. So then eventually you move to 2 reps and your stress goes down. 3 reps, your stress goes up. Then it goes up again. 4 reps and your stress goes up some more. But then you get to 10 reps, then it balances out with your stress. Then you are like, okay, I've achieved some mindfulness now. So I can conquer that negativity and do even more than before. So that's the special thing about humans that we have in the mind. The more dopamine we have, the more we can do. You see?
Yes. Yes. Beautiful, man. That's beautiful stuff right there. And everything you said was right. Starting small, building yourself up over time, and that concept can be applied pretty much everywhere, whatever you're starting. If you want to start learning a new language, start small, build yourself up. If you want to learn math, start small with basic math and you build yourself up. If you want to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu like me, you start little and then you build yourself up. So everything you have to have a good solid foundation of, and then you build on top of that foundation, man. So
exactly right. I love the way you put it. Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I actually have to come to Colorado. Oh, wait, you want me to come to Miami? I'll come to Miami first, and then you can actually meet me there. Meet me in Miami with CP. I'll bring CP with me. We'll go to Miami, party over there, have a good time, visit you all. Do some nice fitness workouts over there for people, and just inspire, man. Keep it up, and meet you that side. I'll be epic. But you gotta teach me some Jiu-Jitsu. I have to learn. I'm new.
Oh, bro, Jiu-Jitsu is the best thing ever, man. There's nothing like it, bro. It doesn't matter how strong a person is, man. Like, you're probably stronger than me, Abdul, but if I take you to the Jiu-Jitsu gym, respectfully, you'll get your butt whooped by everybody in there. You might be stronger than everybody, but it won't matter, man.
Exactly, man. Yeah. It's like such a big difference. I mean, like the fighting thing and the strength is like a different thing. You find people who are like strong in calisthenics, they tend to be not so good at like, for example, like lifting heavy things. And I've seen it. I used
Mm-hmm.
to be there before. I mean, I would like do pull-up workouts, push-ups, all that hard stuff, man. But coming to pick up something heavy like on a bicep curl for one or few reps, that's difficult as hell because you're so cut and ripped, but like you aren't like what you think you are, mentally. So I actually balance it now. I can do all that stuff with the weights, like David Goggins does. So he's inspired me to do that also, like a
Bro, that is
hybrid athlete basically.
cool. That's smart that you notice that, and the
Yeah.
reason why that is calisthenics guys, they look great, like they look fantastic. You know what I mean? But they're only dealing with their own body weight. They're not dealing with anything that's like heavier than what they are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, that makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
whole lot of sense. Um, a lot of there are a lot of bodybuilder guys who think that they can come in jiu-jitsu gym and just beat everybody up because they're strong and big. I mean, these guys can squat 500 pounds, but they go into the jiu-jitsu gym and get beat up by a girl who weighed like 150 pounds, man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's it, man.
the whole point is the whole point is that you need to do everything. You need to try to, in my opinion, try to get some experience in everything: martial arts, calisthenics, CrossFit. I'm a CrossFit guy. I do CrossFit and jiu-jitsu. So you need to try to like get a little bit of everything, get experience a little bit of everything. Like you should try to experience definitely BJJ, but maybe CrossFit too. Something else
Yes.
to work out different muscles.
I think CrossFit. I've done some CrossFit. Like my workouts are kind of CrossFit workouts, like the pull-ups and like some weights, some things like that.
Yeah.
I've done those type of stuff. But when I come to Miami, you have to teach me some jiu-jitsu for sure.
Oh, I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah.
Any questions you want to ask me, man, before we go?
Yeah, Mr. Dev. So like you were saying, we mentioned about the different categories of people training, like in calisthenic athletes, CrossFitters, weights, and especially like people in the like jiu-jitsu. Have you noticed any difference like with like the strength levels? Like they are powerful, but like have you seen like who's better at endurance? Who's the strongest at like maybe like fast sets, quick sets, or people that can last long in like planks and stuff like that? Like who do you think could last the longest, and who has the best like endurance level and strength levels amongst those that you've seen? I mean, you must have seen many types of athletes. Like I've also seen, but what if you? Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as endurance goes, bro, I'll have to give that to CrossFitters, man.
Yeah, really.
I think, and I get, everyone doesn't really like CrossFit or whatever, but when you look at the best athletes in CrossFit, those guys are monsters, bro. Like as far as endurance, like I'm talking, they have strength endurance, they have, cardio endurance, muscle endurance. Like it's like you get all of that in one package with the CrossFit. So I would think definitely they have the most endurance overall out of if you say out of bodybuilders and out of calisthenics guys, I say CrossFitters definitely have the most endurance.
Yeah,
now,
CrossFit
is tough, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've done. There's some workouts like burpees, push-ups, pull-ups, and stuff like that. I've tried out. Yeah, like I've done once a record for burpees myself. I've done like about I think about 63 burpees in about less than 5 minutes. Like 3 minutes.
That's brutal.
And I was 106 minutes. Yeah, it's so I just did it because of that, just to test the fitness level. There's actually a score though, and I believe it though, because even David Goggins released a workout that was like this before, a long time ago. He just said to try it once, like whereby you do, I think it should be 100 burpees in about like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, solid. So if you're about that, it shows the person's out of shape, about 15 minutes. So you have to break it up in sets. Yeah, you get 15 minutes max to I think to get it. I can't remember exactly, but something like that. But I just said 10. My first attempt was 10 minutes. So I got to 7 minutes the first time. But it was really, really tough. I was breathing after that day like no one's business. Yeah. It's
Bro, man.
tough. It's tough. It's like CrossFit, exact same thing. That's how they train there. They go from a bar, like you said, and then they jump, and then all muscles activate,
Yeah.
and it just burns you out. But I love the way it's challenging. Like in some workouts, it just builds you up, makes you stronger.
Yes, bro. The body weight exercises are great. Like I like calisthenics.
Yeah.
It just takes a while to build up to be. I can do a muscle up, but I have to like do like a big swing to get momentum to get me to do it.
Oh,
but some people like you probably could just do a straight muscle up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, that's tough.
That's
really tough right there.
So if the listeners want to know how to do it, it took me 1 year though to learn the muscle up. It took me a year to learn it. 1 year, yeah. I think I got so injured along the way, and I was keeping so much. Like the keep you doing is different though. Like that keep is right for CrossFit. CrossFit they do that because they have to be flexible the whole time. Yeah. But for the calisthenics, in the beginning, I was doing a lot of keeping with my legs, and I would damage my muscle over here. I think it was tendonitis. I would get so much pain in this muscle. I was like, why is this happening to me? And then I think I built up this grip here, the forearm. Then I could do it like a false grip, and then like without keeping, lift myself up. But that's like 9 months down the line, and that was amazing to feel, to get through. But it was tough. And the muscle up was my only thing to achieve. But it was, like you say, that's a tough thing. But now I can do it fine. But I have to keep practicing.
It took you 9 months?
Yeah, well, that much.
Wow.
I mean, every person is different, though. I have to say that. I mean, some people are fast at learning other things. I just took long because I think my training strategy was different. Like, I forced it. Like, I just injured myself and then got it after learning from the injury. But people recommend you do. I recommend you do actually a breakdown. Like, you start off with a band, then you learn the straight bar dip, and most important, strengthen these wrists. These are the most neglected. And I actually noticed later on, because in CrossFit they use this a lot. This one burns out quickly in pull-ups. It burns out in anything you do. So once I started doing false grip stuff, like grabbing a bar or a weight, or even a plastic bag from the shop, from buying groceries, I would just hold it in a false grip. So the more I did that, the more this muscle got stronger. And I'm like, I can actually lift myself up the bar with like less stress on the tendons. So I was surprised. Nice. It's insane, but
yeah, well, going back to the endurance thing that I was saying, I was we get bodybuilders and crossfitters, whatever, at my jiu-jitsu gym, and these guys are the most in shape ever. But when we do jiu-jitsu fighting, like when we're rolling, which is like how we spar in jiu-jitsu, those guys are like gassed out, bro. Like we roll for 5 minutes around. Man, those guys be like, you would think they were not in shape at all. You know what I mean? So my point is that you can be in shape for CrossFit, and that does give you great endurance overall, but it doesn't mean that you can go into a jiu-jitsu gym and fight and be, like okay after that. You're going to be exhausted because you're still working different muscles. You know what I mean? You're working CrossFit. In CrossFit, you're working certain muscles, but when you are sparring in jiu-jitsu, it's completely different exercise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good thing. Wow. So you actually mentioned that every athlete has its own they tend to be better at certain things, but if you bring an athlete from CrossFit to do calisthenics or a bodybuilder to do jiu-jitsu, then there's an issue because it's not like they can't do it, but their body isn't conditioned for that type of system, and they're all strong. They all respect to every athlete. I say this now. Respect to every person that is anywhere, because it's all tough. Right. But just we have to be humble and say that we didn't learn this and this, so we want to learn it more. So I'm very big on that. And I love that about you, because you also do the same in your training, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. You're like all rounder basically. Yeah. Like you do everything, but a bit of everything. Respect.
Yes. Thank you, man. Thank you. And I think every man, like even you, bro, you should try to experience something else. else, man. Don't just stay on calisthenics your whole life, you know,
Yeah,
like you said, but you said you're lifting
yeah,
weights now, which is great.
yeah,
Like lift weights and you know, go to a jiu-jitsu gym out there, man. I know there's one out there. So go to a jiu-jitsu
yeah,
gym and feel, you need to feel that, bro. You need to feel the pressure of what it's like to have another grown man just, you know, just on you, bro. 'Cause,
yeah.
like you need to feel that. You need to feel that, man, because
Exactly.
just
In
because you're
combat.
strong and big, say that
Mm.
again.
No, in combat, basically. Combat, like
I'm
in
back.
combat and learning how
Exactly.
to train yourself better. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yes.
interesting.
You you need to
No,
understand how that feels, man. There are men out there who don't know what that feels, what it feels like. They think just because they're strong and big and whatever, oh, I can do a muscle up. Okay, and you know that's not going to help you
yeah.
directly in a combat situation at all. It's not going to help you at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. True. I mean,
I know a
survival
guy who
techniques. Yeah.
can't do a pull up at all,
Mm.
Abdul. He can't do a pull up, but he will kill you and he'll kill me with his
Yeah.
bare hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's it. Yeah. And I love that's so that's being open-minded to the extent of knowing that every person has a strength and like we just want to be diverse. So we are learning different strategies of things slowly, and that's what you and I are doing basically. We actually like learning everything: combat, learning strength, calisthenics, and just training the mind mostly, so that when you get into these things, we get better. And running, of course, and walking. Yeah. Don't
yes,
forget
yes,
cardio.
man. Oh,
Cardio is also tough.
yes, bro.
Cardio.
It's all tough, man. It's
I feel like I should come and do cardio, like a long marathon, maybe in the US soon. Something tough, like maybe a 50 mile or something later on, or a 100 mile.
I never ran a marathon or anything like that before. That is on my bucket list to try to
Yeah.
do to do that. Um, and I don't think it takes that much training to do. You know, I think you could just do it. At least that's why I see people
Yeah.
do
So,
when they do it.
yeah, it's true. It is tough though. Well, I mean, I've been running like I think the most I've done was like 35 Ks recently. This time,
Oh wow.
and one way. But it is quite tough. I feel like running will uh, long distances will make you know what you need to fix. So it will actually alert you that there's a muscle in your leg that needs some more strengthening. And I've seen it when I was running 30K. My legs were my calves and my hamstrings got locked at around 25 Ks or 30 Ks because it
Oh,
locked out like lactic acid, it locked out, and I had to go very slow. I think 13 minutes per mile, just because
oh,
of what happened. Because I refused to quit, so I just said, let me get to the finish line, like at a slow pace, as long as I make it though, for 3.5 hours. That for that 35K, and I was like, shit, this is good to make it to that line. But I know that I had to fix these muscles. There was like quads. There was like a problem with my hamstring, because the gym actually has machines that help you repair those muscles. You know, the abductor machines. You get that other one. I'm learning about it. It's called leg extension machine.
mm,
That's the one I needed. So I spoke to my other brother, who was a personal trainer in South Africa, and he inspired me also to start training in this course and learn it. He said leg extension machines to build up that teardrop muscle in the leg, which is called the third quad muscle. I think it's called the specific name they call it, abbreviation. I'll check that out. I'll let you know. But that muscle is the one that locks out during the race, and it needs to be with it.
mm.
Imagine that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, who often thinks of that, to repair the muscle? And people like who did ultras, like David Goggins, like respectfully, he amazing. He was so amazing that he did all the types of ultras, but he over injuries though. He knew that you're gonna get injured, but you're still gonna do your best. So he influenced me to learn these things too.
Nice, bro. Nice. That's good
Mm.
stuff. I'm gonna definitely have to run one day. I don't mind running. Like I don't mind doing a 1 mile or a 2 mile jog, but after 2 miles and 3 miles, I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
done running.
that's tough. Like, yeah, I mean, out the
Yeah.
music too. Like I usually run like the long distance without music. Also,
I can't do it without music. Like I have to have it.
Yeah.
I have to. Bro. Even if I'm running 1 mile, I need headphones on for that 1 mile. You know what I mean? But if I'm running 30, like, how long is the marathon?
No,
how many?
it's about 42 or 44 Ks, I think. Kilometers.
Okay. If I'm running something like that, I'm gonna need all the music in the world playing in my head. You know what I mean? I'm not going out there like that, man.
Music and stuff. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You do need stuff to keep you motivated along. It is true. But I was just training a different mechanism in my mind, like to get used to pushing through. Like if there's no music. Like once, I think I had music with me, and then I think my headphones battery died. My battery died. So I lost out halfway over 20K with no music. So like, oh shit. So that's like, screw this. Next time I'm not using music. Damn it. Because that happened, man.
I feel you though. Like I should be like that. I should just train my mind, because music ain't always gonna be there. You know, one of music not there, and I'm trying to race. You know, I gotta be able to do it without music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But the music is nice. It keeps you refreshed though. When you listen to music while you train, I notice it's like you feel like you got that, you know, that energy.
Extra energy.
Yeah, you feel good.
Yeah, it does. It takes me to a whole nother world, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that's say that again.
Obi, thanks to King Obi the Great in the comments. One of my followers also, he mentioned he just corrected us on the marathon time distance. It's 42 kilometers. Yeah. Thanks, Obi. Checking it out fast.
And Obi just followed me too, man. He just followed me. So I'm following you back.
Yeah, he's also one of mine. He's also the CP, main CP with our friend. He's also another. We grew up together, so they helped me out with the cameras, also and media and stuff. Sometimes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Obi, check out man D. He's awesome. Keep checking his content. He's gonna inspire you also to do jiu-jitsu with us. So.
Well, cool, man. Yeah, I gotta come visit y'all in South Africa, bro. My church goes out there like once a year, every year. So
really, wow. Oh, where?
Yeah. I'm not sure where, bro. I'm not sure where. I'll let you know. I have to ask someone to let you know where. But they did go last year. They went last year, like around August or something like that. So I'm gonna have to try to make it out there, man. To visit y'all one day, and which is possible. So it may be soon, man. It may be soon. Please, especially now I got friends.
Exactly. Yeah, but no, for sure. We also have a complex here, a shopping complex with stuff like that, and like houses downstairs that are like, you know, for guest houses, just for family and like for offices too. So my dad is doing that while he's here, and I also just came to stay with them and study here until I can settle and go back overseas again to Israel to maybe continue my studies and check out my granddad's house there and visit.
Cool.
Because that's where I live.
Cool, man.
But when I'm there, I can visit for sure. I can come here or Miami, or from South Africa to Miami, or to Colorado anytime later.
Nice.
I also look forward to coming to see you soon one day. We have to make a time or something, maybe next year or maybe later in this year when you are there.
Yeah, man. I've never been to Miami before, bro. So I think Miami will be an awesome place to meet you for the first time in person.
Yeah, man.
Or it could be South Africa. I don't know. We'll see, man. But yeah, we gotta plan that and try to get that together.
For sure. Yeah. Either way. Yeah. One day if you come here, let me know. Yeah. And if I'm around, we'll definitely meet. But if I do come to make a plan, if I come to Miami, I will let you know too.
Yeah, man.
So
and Miami wouldn't be hard for me to get to. It's just a plane ticket, and I can just fly.
I have that mindset that if someone's like there or anyone, I just go up, please. I make friends. So if I go somewhere and like I'm interested to enjoy, especially Miami is epic. I saw on TV and on the Ultra Festival. It's so epic, man. So I can go to a place, have a coffee, and come back in 2 days. That's how I think, basically. I'm so open-minded. Like I won't I won't like think about it for months. If it's a good place to go to, I'm happy. Ticket gone, and I'm flying there, and I'll come back in a few days
And you come
just to
back,
meet you.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That
But I look
that
forward to it. I
why
look
not?
forward
That's
to. Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah. People do it all the time, bro. People spend just a few hours. They fly for 8 hours just to spend a few hours and then fly back, man. I mean,
That's insane. And
that's
especially
what
US,
they
it's
want.
huge. It's huge, yeah. But you are like you can fly to, for example, to Miami, and it's far away. You can fly to another country. It's like 5 hours away. It's so like so huge that you can like you're flying in a continent basically. It
Yeah,
feels like that. It's sick.
yeah,
So if
it
you had to
is, man.
drive, how far would it be if you drove
Drove
by car?
from here to
Yeah,
Miami. Shoot, that would be shoot. I think that's like a 30-hour drive.
insane. Wow. Damn.
Yeah,
That's
that's like a 30-hour drive. Hold on, let me look that up real quick.
yeah, yeah. That's
Uh,
insane. 30 hours. We have places like Cape Town, where we are in South Africa, similar, 30 hours almost, or something like that. It'll take you a long time to drive, 1,500 kilometers or something. If anyone knows the amount, please correct me.
it is hold on. It's a 31-hour drive.
31. Yeah.
Yeah, from here to Miami. 31 hours, bro.
So but by a plane, it's like, what, about 2
I guess a
hours?
plane, yeah, I guess a plane it would be about 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours on the plane. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's like
Same thing.
that's nothing on the plane.
No, but that's
Yeah,
definitely
man.
that's worth it though, just to go visit,
Oh yeah,
see the.
yeah.
Yeah, and when I do come there one day, I will let you know for sure and visit you.
Oh man, it's gonna be great, bro. It's gonna be freaking epic, man.
Always.
Before we go today, man, shout out your Instagram page. If you have a website or some way someone can get in touch with you if they want to holler at you, man.
Oh, okay. Should I? Okay. Hey, yeah. What's up, yeah, guys? So my Instagram will be at Abdul Qadir Zobi at 999. That's why I'll just write it down in the comments so they can check it out. The same link, but they can check me out at the AQZ Warrior Destiny tag also, and that's the new podcast that's gonna come soon. The name, also,
Nice.
which is the official the page. But that page is the one Mr. Dez and I are using, and please check out Mr. Dez at Dez the King. On Instagram, I'm sure he's also on YouTube by Mr. Dez. If you are.
Yeah. Same thing on YouTube. There's the King on YouTube. There's the King on Instagram.
Yeah. So this video will be on YouTube, I think. Also, we can add it there. And I also have a YouTube that I'll add to, also called the AQZ Warrior Destiny, that I'll drop down in the comments today that they can check out. So they can check our video there, and for future podcasts and more collabs. It's going to be
Nice, man.
really, really, this is amazing, Siddharth, and I appreciate this so much. Well, I can talk to you the whole day. I'm so satisfied with you and happy.
Me too, bro. Me too, man. I gotta edit this whole hour, and that takes a long time to do. So but one day I'm gonna have a long one with you. Like, we'll just talk until we can't no more. We'll just, if it lasts for 2-3 hours, then it just lasts for 2-3 hours.
For sure. And I'll try to get CP with me on the next podcast. He couldn't make it today, but he understood. He told me that he had some things to look through, but we can schedule one with 3 people, like a third person on, like last time. I found one.
Yeah.
In the next week, maybe, if you want, or whenever you are ready.
Yeah, we'll schedule it again, man. I think I have a show next week with someone else. But we can see about the week after next, and we can go from there.
For sure, definitely, yeah, we'll do that. And anything you need to talk about, we'll drop our numbers and everything, so we can FaceTime anytime you need to. I'm always here.
Yeah, man. God bless you, bro, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, give me a like, comment below what you thought about this video. Holla at my boy Abdul out there. Shout out to South Africa, all the way in South Africa. That's so awesome. And thank you to everyone who watched, everyone who commented. God bless you all. Abdul, I'll talk to you soon, man.
Thanks so much, my brother. stay hard and keep going. Des, thanks
I
to
will,
all.
man.
And
You
still,
too, bro.
so to the followers by you, much love to all. Stay hard.
Bye bye.